back, we'll meet Desi Williamson, a former Gopher who's guaranteed to get you motivated. You're watching Golden Gopher Gridiron on Fox Sports Net. When the Golden Gopher football program sets the Wayback Machine to 1977, the most popular place to stop is October 22nd, the day Minnesota beat top-ranked Michigan for the Little Brown Jug. But the 77 season had more to offer than the win over the Wolverines. The Maroon and Gold also beat UCLA and the University of Washington. Washington and Michigan would meet on New Year's Day in the Rose Bowl, while the Gophers went bowling for the first time in 16 years. Desi Williamson was a member of that team, an offensive lineman and a linebacker, a rare combination for a rare individual. Williamson is now a motivational speaker, and he's one of the best in the business. When he speaks, you listen, because his message has something for everyone. Desi Williamson remembers well why he wanted to come from St. Louis to the University of Minnesota to play football.
Well, obviously, when I first came up here, it looked like Mars. But one of the things that really probably attracted me the most about the university was the city itself. I was recruited in the midst of January, so obviously that wasn't the most enticing time. But they showed a film of the city. And it showed all of these companies that are located here, that have their headquarters stationed here. When I looked at the situation, I thought, you know, I could go to some other school where maybe the football program is more prominent, but what happens after football?
He played most of his career on the defensive side of the ball. But in his senior season, he was moved to the offensive line, and he made his debut in a memorable 16-0 win over then #1 Michigan. He remembers that Friday night before.
That night, Coach Nash gave a wonderful speech. And, you know, Coach Stahl kind of gave a very inspiring speech to follow that. The next morning, we woke up, and it was kind of a buzzing in the atmosphere. You could just feel that something was different. And I still remember I write 34 blast that was right over my back. And what was interesting is that I kept telling Wendell when it was short yardage, run it my way. And the other guy started saying, no, run it my way. So we started arguing about who was going to get the opportunity, and fortunately we won 16-0.
It's what he's done since that time that is even more impressive. An entrepreneur with a strength in communicating. He authored a book, Get Off Your Assets.
What that just says to people is, look, it's up to you. Every one of us has potential in life.
Please join with me in welcoming Desi Williamson.
But his primary vocation is not the written word, but the spoken. He's a business speaker.
Thank you!
Who brings some football-like fundamentals to corporate America.
And now you sit here with a challenge this afternoon to take this company and take this particular division and send it on and ascend it to a higher level. The first thing is that we have to raise our standard of performance. And I mean, each and every one of us has the capacity to do that anytime we decide to. It's just a matter of choice. He said, son, it doesn't matter what people think about you or say about you. You can do anything in this world you want to do if you're focused on it. The next thing is to establish or reignite our purpose. And so often when I go into companies, I find people who've just been hanging out. You know, we all get wake-up calls at some part of our lives, during the course of our lives. Yeah, sometimes very few of us sometimes pay attention to what those wake-up calls really mean. And the next thing is be willing to change, if necessary, in order to reach the next level of performance.
He's come a long way. A young man who grew up in the tough part of St. Louis, to the University of Minnesota, to an international career, learning from his days on the gridiron, applying it to life in the real world. A lot of the disciplines I've learned come from football. I mean, Coach Stahl always taught us that your first victory is over yourself. And I really believe that. And as I think about the 3-a-days and the long practices and the disciplines that it took to get up off the ground after you got knocked down, to go to practice when you didn't feel like it, and to really, really play your best, all of those things transcend into business and what I'm doing right now today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.